everyone, Zoe Soul here, and today we're going to talk about land spirits. Land spirits are spirits, energies, elementals that live on the land. And you probably have noticed and have felt that the energy of different places feels different. Duh. And that's for obvious reasons. I mean, obviously, a city is going to feel different from a forest or an ocean or a desert. But it's not just the physical attributes that are at play. It really is the spiritual and the elementals that are there in the environment that are affecting the energy as well. Part of my craft as a witch is to be sensitive of my environment and to really attune myself to the energies that are beneath the surface, that are not immediately visible in the physical world. Land spirits live in that realm. You know, when I move to a place and I move to a new location, one of the practices that I've adopted is the practice of connecting with the energy of the land and also the spirits of the land. So what that looks like is whenever I move, I will spend some time outside of my house on the actual physical land, putting my feet to the soil, my hands to the ground, and just introducing myself, letting the energies and the spirits there that are present know that I am their new neighbor, and letting them really know that I am present and I am there. And my hope is that we will foster good connection, good communication, and my only desire is to bring good things to the land. It's sort of like, you know, when you move into a place, it really makes a difference when you know your neighbors. It's not like you have to be best friends. Everybody's different. Everyone's gonna have their own personalities, but you know, it's nice to know them and to be on good terms with them because it just makes the environment so much more pleasant. And so I do this with the spirits and the elementals on my property. And what I will often do is I will leave an offering. And so that could look like many things. I actually have an altar in my back garden. And at that altar, I will leave little offerings of food, berries, sweets, sometimes crystals, sometimes bread, sometimes wine, but I'll leave little offerings there for the spirits of the land. It's a gesture of friendship. It's a way to be neighborly to the energies and the elements. After I've done that, I also do the same thing in my house. Now, I'm not talking about ghosts or hauntings or people who have passed that may be in the house. That's not who I'm trying to connect with, although sometimes I do come across those, in which case I will, you know, find out if they are trying to pass on and they need help crossing over, or if they're happy and content being in the home, and generally I will just let them be, unless of course they're malevolent and they're, you know, they're causing trouble, in which case I will take care of it in my own witchy way. But that's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about here is I am talking about the elementals and the spirits or spirit. Usually, like in this house, it's one. Usually it's one, sometimes it's more, but I am talking about those energies that were never humans. They were never incarnated as human beings, but instead they are these elementals and these energies that live within the house. In this household, I have a young feminine spirit. I will not say her name because she is actually very introverted and shy, and she is not very excited about everybody knowing about her. So I am, you know, I'm gonna honor that, but I do have an energy here, and I have a little altar that is just for her, and I will leave offerings there. Now, what is the point of all this? Like, why does it even matter? Well, as I said earlier, you know, it's sort of like, wouldn't you want to know your neighbors? Wouldn't you want to know who is inhabiting your home and your land? But it's not just that. It's like, what I have found is that when I connect to the energies and the spirits in my environment, I am also opening up the doors so that I can really attune myself to who is around me that I can interact with on a psychic level. I have found that my intuition is sharper when I am connected and communicating with these energies. And I've also found that I feel safer in my house because it's sort of like I have these spiritual entities that are living in the home and around the home that are also acting as guardians to protect the home. And so when we're all in communication and we're all working together, it creates a really beautiful and nurturing, warm environment for me. I personally love being in communication with spirits. And so for me, it's something that I enjoy. Some people might not enjoy it. And if that's you, that's okay. If you don't want to open that door, that's totally fine. But there is some power in, at the very least, acknowledging them. So you don't even have to like do what I do and try to foster a connection. It might be that you just say, hey, I'm here, leave an offering, and that's that. And that is perfectly fine. But I definitely recommend that, especially if you're a fairy witch and you work with elementals and you work with earth energies, that you start to incorporate this practice of introducing yourself to the spirits on the land as well as the spirits in your home, because it is going to open you up to this whole other world. For example, on my land, in my garden in the back, I actually have a lot of fairies back there, and it's really lovely to feel their energy and just sit back there and feel the joy and the twittery energy of them fluttering around. And I don't think I would have felt that if I didn't take the time to sit there and make myself known and talk to them and let them know that I'm here. One last thing on land spirits. When I moved into this house, we have a backyard space that I really wanted to transform into a garden because it was overgrown, there were leaves everywhere, it was kind of a mess. And what I have learned is that it's important to ask permission of the spirits and to let them know what your intention is, because they were there before you and they might like it like that. Or they might be super excited for you to come and clean it up and to make a beautiful garden. But it is important to let them know, because you wouldn't just move into somebody's house or move onto somebody's property and just start making all of these changes. And so what I did was I went out there and I told and voiced to the spirits out on my property what my intention was for the space. And I also let them know that I would be creating an altar for them, and they were stoked. They were all about it. So I have created this little garden in the back, and it's lovely to have. And I'm very comfortable in my home. I'm thrilled to be here. It feels very good. And it's just that extra step beyond clearing your home and setting intentions in your home, which is all really good, but it is that extra step of connecting even on a deeper level to the energies and the spirits that are present, and creating like a spiritual community in your own environment. So I hope that you all will check out your own land spirits, take some time to connect with them, and let me know how it goes. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I will answer them as I can. And in the meantime, I hope you all have a beautiful and blessed week, and you get some time to talk to your land. All right, witches, blessed be. Mwah!